All right, good morning, everyone. We're gonna see what please let me know on audio. I have some pretty good ideas of where things need to be, but it seems like every time it's the first time. So I want a little background music, but obviously my voice to stand out. Maybe there is no background music or too much. Hey, go fast. Good morning. No, it's not gonna be cool like that. How's the audio and the background music? If you don't mind, I'm trying to. Hey, go fast. Good morning. Oh, that sounds good. No, it's not gonna be cool like that. How's the audio and the background music? That's good. Yeah, it's good. All right. Cool. I gotta do some messaging here. Got a few things to do quick here. I'm gonna bump that up just a tad, maybe. Let's see if that brings a little bit more of the background in. I gotta message my mom here. Doing a live stream real quick while I wait. Well, I'm not waiting. I never wait. He has testing until 11:15, and then I'm taking him. Son's got to go to the doc this morning. He goes on a class trip tomorrow, but hasn't been listening to me about this toenail issue. So we get to pay the price. Or he does physically, and I get to pay for it monetarily. I want to open up my door quick. So if you are light sensitive or motion sensitive, because I don't have a clue what I'm doing. Got the neighbor running a wood chipper. Not Rob, but another neighbor. And I just want to see what the light would do. But good morning, everyone. Thanks for checking this out. I got a lot going on in the shop today, and Moto wasn't live. I didn't really check anybody else, sorry, but I'm just going to be on for a quick bit. Show you a couple projects going on. Let me know in the chat too how everything sounds, please. Thank you. Just open that. Oh, that's better. It's so beautiful out. I want to open the door, but I don't think the noise would come through. Let's see here. Now we can go to docs, chat. The toenailish loss. Yeah, right. The Dweezil. That's how Dweezil got his name, is from Frank's wife. She had a weird toenail, and they always called it a Dweezil. It's a modern turd, the MV Agusta. Not a turd, but it's just not 10 for 10 audio here. Good. Thank you. Oh, he went full kid. Oh yeah, here's the. Let me. Well, I wanted to do some shop cleaning quick as well, or pick up a few things, but we can switch cameras and we'll put it on the. It's actually a Husqvarna made by MV Agusta. So go fast. You got clickbaited as usual with all my content. Just massive fraud. jokingly, but it is a little bit of a clickbait. It is a Husqvarna, but it is made by MV Agusta. So it's kind of a fakey. A ticking time bomb, because when the bomb ticks or goes off, there is no... Oh, I wonder what... Hopefully the Yamaha people won't get too mad. But it's okay. It's okay. Oh, I didn't switch cameras. Let's do a little camera switcheroony. Boy, look at that. It's like we're on an ocean. There's no earthquake right now, folks. Sorry, there's no earthquake. Everything is A-okay in Wisconsin. Oh, maybe we could do a live stream, Rob on his way to work. Let's see. Let's look at the clock here. What do we got for time? He'll be leaving in about a half hour. Yeah, everything's KTM, Husky, Zenoa. It's all the same and different. Yep. Yeah, there was a little glimpse of time when MV Agusta made these for Husqvarna, or the brand and the name, and everything was weird and everybody was in bed with everybody. And it was a decent product, but I just don't think there's much support or any anymore. And now Husky and KTM are literally the same. So one of those deals. But we're not going to get into this one on stream other than talking about it, and unless anybody else has any advice. or have you had I had a 250 brought here years ago. And it had dropped a valve, so it needed a motor, or it needed to be taken apart, and the customer didn't want to spend the money. And I said, well, they said, how much do I owe you? And I don't know, it was like I wanted $100 or $150 for looking at it and tearing it down. I tore it down to the point of failure, and they just gave me the bike. And then I sold the bike for like $600, regretfully, because I wish I would have had the chassis. I should have probably taken that phone call. Let me see what that... Hey Moto, hey Dean, hope you're doing well. Boy, I got a busy morning, and I had so much kind of like going on, and then it didn't. I was like, I'm gonna just jump live, because I was gonna go live last night and I didn't. So here we are, but I gotta go check my voicemail because I've got some irons in the fire that we need to put out. However, we'll just put you on the kitty cat here real quick. You guys, I want to open the door, but let's do it. I'm just gonna do it. I'm gonna open the door. It might be super bright. Well, it will be. It's gonna be. But we're gonna do it, and then see how bad it is and what it looks like. It is so nice out. I don't think you'll be able to hear the wood chipper. Well, let me know if you can through my mic. I can certainly hear it. Let's see what they're doing. Yep, we all got work to do. We all got work to do. And look at all the work in here. We got this four-wheeler, carburetor, Yamaha, this Husqvarna. We've got a Nissan Pathfinder on the hoist. All sorts of nonsense. But I'm going to check my voicemail real quick. I'm going to set my microphone down and hope you're all having a great day. I will be right back. One moment. Thank you guys for understanding. I appreciate that. All right. All right, everyone, I'm back. Thank you for holding in there, staring at a dandelion-filled yard. You know, I used to have a Springer Spaniel, and she had mammalian cancer, but she would go around, and she was diagnosed. She lived with it for years, and there was nothing they could do because she wasn't spayed as a pup, and it was a rescue thing. And oh, she was a wonderful dog, but she would eat all these dandelions in our yard, all the yellow dandelions. And every spring, she would just spend her days eating dandelions, and I always thought maybe that's what kept her going with the medicinal values, because they didn't give her much time, and she went way beyond her time. So, yeah. Good morning, Dean. Thanks for joining in. I'm going to go through a few of the comments here and then start doing stuff, I guess. Only goals today are to say hi to whoever joins in, cheer up my day a bit, because it's been a rough start to the week, and there was really no end to last week. It just Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and today is Tuesday. It's been 12, 14, 16, 18, 20-hour days every day. And now my son's got this issue on his toe, and he's going to a state park on a class trip tomorrow. Tons of hiking and outdoor activities. Gonna really suck. And I've been telling him for the last 2 weeks, hey, bud, you need to do this, this, and this to make this happen so that this doesn't happen. And yeah, guess what? Guess what? I need to get one of those Restream links or whatever link Dean sends out, and so then people can join. And then man, Dean, you run such a well-organized morning show. I hope you all have a good week off, and it's for good intents and purposes. And maybe I wasn't being a good listener last time, but I didn't know that it was gonna, so I was like, oh, cool, I'll turn on the show this morning and listen and see what y'all have going on. So, oh, thank you, Dean. I hope it does too. It can always get worse, but we'll get there. Just wish the clinic in town had an opening for him, because now it's like an extra 30-mile drive and a lot more time Time goes by so fast. And let me know on the audio. I think Go Fast gave me a 10 out of 10. I really appreciate that. That's probably, we're using some really cheap stuff here, but we'll get there. So yeah, let's do a little walk around here. I think the lighting might be not the best. And two, let me know if you can hear that wood chipper in the background. I wonder how much it comes through my mic. And Rob's been roll starting his bike before he goes to work because his battery dies and he can barely see the outline of his house through those trees. But there's a hill right here. We call it Death Hill. I would have a hard time walking up it and not putting my hands down. It's so steep, but it's a blast. And Rob built a retaining wall by his driveway, but before the retaining wall was built, you could hit this in like third gear pinned and just air it out so much at the top. But it wasn't like a super long-winded. It's one of those, like, it was a far jump, but you weren't very high off the ground. And then coming down, it was a blast too, because if you hit it just right and blip your throttle, you basically stay in the air till the very bottom. But again, you're only, you know, a few feet to inches off the ground. It just gives you that feeling of, I think I've had a similar feeling skiing, where the ground is right there, but you're not connected with it. So he'll roll start his bike, but I don't know about today. Since he rode it yesterday, it might be charged up enough. This bad boy, we're doing a carburetor on. We already went through it. What has it got in it? A Mikuni, one of the CV deals, and it's getting a new belt and axles. We'll do that today, as well as check the brakes and a few other things while we have the axles out. And then this KTM, this thing is in here for a valve adjustment or check. We'll check it. Kind of a weird cam driven water pump. And it does have a weird deal where it won't start once it's warmed up with the push button. And I don't know if the temperature related thing in the ECU where it says, hey, or something in the solenoid, battery, who knows? You know, things change temperature, they expand. Could be a heat thing, could be something in the starter, heat related. It's one of those things where you just gotta, and it does, it's easily replicatable, duplicate. You can duplicate it easy. A little crusty. Oh, you know, the other day after I was done, I did ride it around a bit, and I heard a little gurgling, like a little air, just a tiny bit, and leak there. It's got a bigger gas tank on it. The cool new bird poop graphic kit. That's custom. You have to send your bike to my shop to get that. And then I can clear coat it for an extra $300. So that's the bird crap edition. Just kidding. But Michigan, probably my furthest client. But I wouldn't call him a customer because he's a multi-decade long friend and really good dude. I'm sure there's a shop closer, but I probably shouldn't show that plate the whole time, but yep, you don't want to go to his house anyway. If you show up there in the UP there, up in Michigan, that's a nice bike though. Really good suspension, Marzocchi forks, Brembo brakes, Sachs rear shock, which is weird why they use Marzocchi forks with Sachs rear, or maybe it is Sachs on the front. No, it's Marzocchi. Go fastest, probably. Spitting coffee out of his nose. Got accessories. Little USB. Yeah, it's a nice little bike. So that's, oh, and then there's this deal here. This I gotta get parts for in Monroe. And that's my semi-misdiagnosed rear main. We're still gonna do the rear main, but the when I pulled the transmission or the flywheel off, flex plate, you could see the oil pan rubber that used to be there is now just sitting there. So that's what happens over time. But the rear main itself, other than a little bit right there, looks pretty dry, but a lot of our oil's coming out of here. Sorry about the microphone, didn't realize it was jammed into a crevasse while I was talking. All right, so that's what's going on. I think we got some chats in there from Moto, see what's happening. I'll put this here just in case we catch a glimpse of Rob in the wild. I gotta get some of these cars out of here. I have ideas that, oh, I could do this with this one, and I want to keep this one for that reason, and this one's worth this much, and that one's worth that much, and at the end of the day, you can't use it or sell it. Do you really need it? And I get some, you know, you get your sentimental things. While I was under that Nissan, a drip of transmission fluid went right in my ear. Just right in. Oh boy. I gotta get a Q-tip back. It's really bad. What's Dean said here? Cooking breakfast. Been doing these things every morning for a long time, and some days I just want to get up and take care of my own responsibilities and relax. That's just really all. It's, oh, okay, good. Well, you deserve it, Dean. You do such a good job. You take as long of a break as you need, and when you guys come back, or your channel, or you know, next week, I'll be there. I'll be there. So I really appreciate what you do, and yeah, you do a good job, and you deserve a break. Go fish and get that boat out a little bit. I know you had some misfortune with the AC dealio. Wish that was my gig, but I'd ship you a new compressor in a second or something. Do something to help you. Hey, Go Fast is still thinking of new builds when he wakes up, so that is a good sign. It's going to be a good day. Cannot hear the wood chipper. Awesome. Okay, good audio. Thank you. Really awesome. Good background. Definitely keeping it simple. Yep, great to be alive in here. Exactly. That's what we gotta hope for, and you know, the rest kind of hopefully falls into place. We definitely got some pitfalls to get through today. My son is going on a Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday school trip. The whole 6th grade class is going to the Wyalusing State Park, which is probably just over the hill, not far from where Dean grew up in Minnesota there. And right on the Mississippi, though. This is on the Mississippi, so I don't know where you were at, Dean, in Minnesota, but heading there tomorrow morning, and he's probably got to have a toenail taken off today, when I have given him numerous weeks of opportunities and attempts to rectify the situation. So when you're just one person, things become pretty tough, so to manage it all. But yeah, we'll figure it out. We'll get it, and if he doesn't get to go, then maybe that'll be a lesson learned. And sometimes lessons, we all know, come at a much greater cost than we'd like them to sometimes. But this type of stuff you can't mess around with, because I remember a buddy of mine got gangrene from an infected toenail, and I think sepsis is another thing you can get, which is like an infection of the blood, and nobody wants that. When all you got to do is just wash it with some soap and water and take care of it, man. But hey, Dying Breed, good to see you. Good morning. Thanks for stopping in. You are staring at a hillside. Hopefully my neighbor Rob should appear out of those woods at any given moment on an orange bike. Oh no, he won't. Well, no, I thought I heard him come home this morning. So he did take his dog last night and his car. He left with his dog in his car, possibly to stay at his girlfriend's, but I swore I heard him come home. And then he'll do some stuff and then usually ride to work. But there is rain forecasted at some point in time today. Best chance around 11 this morning, I think. Ooh, he really bogged the old chipper down on that one. Ooh. Ooh, that was a bad one. Speaking of wood chippers, I got a huge wood chipper sitting outside, and if I would have put uh-oh. What's going on with the live stream? Oh, I'm screwed up here. Is everything good? Yeah. Is everything good? I just flipped over to YouTube for some reason. And not showing it. Anyway, let me know if there's a picture to look at. If you guys are seeing dandelions and a snowplow and a Dakota. So yeah, the wood chipper, had I put an engine in this customer's wood chipper and rented it out on the side, I could have made like thousands of dollars off of this wood chipper that's just been sitting in front of my shop waiting for a motor. And I feel bad for the customer as well. I mean, they need to get the money so I can put the motor in it and fix it, but they were being nice and loaned it out to a friend, and it was a whole ordeal, and now it's here, and I'm sure wood chippers aren't cheap to rent. All right, we need to get busy here and do something. I'm gonna probably put the camera down here maybe work on the carburetor. But it's like 10 o'clock if Rob is home. You guys got to see this. I should have just texted him or called him, but he'll just appear out of nowhere and then roll start the bike and be gone with no warning. What's everyone up to today? Dean, you gotta do some tattoos. You get a day off, go fast, thinking of some projects. I gotta leave here in a little bit and take my son to the doctor. I wanted to turn that Dakota into a flatbed, but it's just, at the end of the day, it's still a Dakota. What can you do? You know, you can't. Two-wheel drive, rusted, miles. Thought about an LS swap, but the Subaru behind it would be more suited for that. And I've already got an LS swap I haven't even finished yet. So, okay. Sorry, I had to check some stuff there. Let me know if you guys have any visuals, if there's still anyone here. Oh yeah, we got 2 viewers. 2 viewers yet, dying breed. All right, what should I do, folks? We should probably get this rear main oil pan, get that all off, because I'll be coming back with new gaskets for that, and then it can be clean. It's going to be a nightmare. It is going to be a nightmare. All the little 10mm bolt heads are going to be really rusted. Each one's going to have to be taken out of the socket when you take it out. All right, it says I have a new voicemail again, so I'm just gonna set my mic here and check it. So again, I'll be right back 1 second here. That's the parts store saying the parts are in, so that's pretty cool. That is pretty cool. Boy, what a beautiful morning here in southern Wisconsin. And then this moisture that we're gonna get here in a little bit, even if we don't get rain, you can just feel the humidity. It's gonna fuel some storms tomorrow. We're gonna get some storms tomorrow. I can just tell. I think we're gonna fart around on this 4-wheeler here. Get this done. This lady has been such a generous, patient client, and I want to make her, well, I want to make everybody happy, which is impossible. And that's like the number one thing in business that you got to understand you can't and won't ever be able to do, is make everyone happy. But I certainly try my best to help, and unfortunately it doesn't usually pay off all that well. Typically will just put myself into a deeper hole than what I'm already in, and get nothing but flack for it. Because at the end of the day, I'm trying to just put this belt on here quick. When, there we go. When, oh, I hear it. I hear the V-twin. Will he come down the hill? We might see it. I hear him start it. Is he gonna ride it? I heard him start it. Oh, here he is. There he goes. Still cold. Still sends it. That was pretty cool. Hopefully somebody got to witness that. Oh, I sure hope someone saw that. Well, if you back up a little bit, you can see it. I think Rob just ripped it past. So if you're just joining in, rewind it about 3 minutes. Let me see here. Where was it at? About 37:48 is this timestamp. 37:50. Rewind it to 37:50. And that's pretty cool. It's playing right while the Rob's Neighbor song. Yeah, there you go. There's some action. Hopefully somebody saw that because he was ripping it. Cold bike, cold morning, cold tires, cold gravel, this full send. So, cool. Looks like the stream is working there. Looks like it's working there. All right. We'll probably go till about 10:30. And wonder if, oh, that flash is on. Cool. Oh, I could go see if there's a kitten. That'll get the viewers going. I get like 50,000 viewers in a minute. I can show a kitten. Oh, they're all sleeping. No, can't show them now. Should have a little earlier. We got a couple kittens outside that are just adorable. All right, well, Dean must have headed to work. Go fast. Hopefully getting started on one of those projects. Yeah, it's a lot of work to do these live streams. I don't know if Dean's sick, old Mac, any of you guys are still around, but or listening. Hopefully you're all still around. It's a ton of work. But to the viewer, they don't necessarily, I don't want to say care, but and to put on a good live stream, it's a lot of work. A lot of work, a lot of time, a lot of practice, all that adds up. It's worth it, I think. Old Mac, could listen to his stories forever. Just the way he articulates his words. And yeah, it's a good show y'all got. But the tech side of it, there's so many aspects of it. There really are. And you got to kind of have that cadence, candor, I don't know the words to use, but you got to have something that makes people want to engage. Value. It all comes down to value, doesn't it? I think, we value our time more than anything, or we should, because it's the only thing we have that we don't know how much we've got. We just don't know how much we got unless you do, and then it's not a good thing. If you know how much time you've got, that's not a good thing. So I put value on time more than anything. However, in the past, as a younger lad, maybe didn't as much. Well, I know I didn't, but as we age, that time slips away, it gets shorter and shorter. We value that time, and I want to spend my time with people, content, learning, things that provide me value to my life or make my life better, or just find valuable to me. And if you can capture someone's time, that's the ultimate payment, is me giving you my time. Because yes, while we can put a monetary value on that, we can't really put a value on it. Priceless. And it's really valuable. So that's my perspective on a ramble. Dean, oh, cool. Driving, I love listening and driving, except for when I have to chat. Around here, there's not a ton of traffic, so you have to, son, hold the wheel, or hit the microphone for dad. Steve Miller Band time keeps on slips. Yeah, no doubt, man. Yup, it is that band. I can just hear that tune right now yep, every note in my head. Into the future. Yep, it's right there. And yeah, it's pretty crazy how fast it really goes. And I think kids accelerate it, and then having to, raise my son pretty much solo. I do have some help from my parents when they're around, and out in Florida for the winter and stuff, but yeah, having to do every single thing all the time, every day, year after year, and eesh, gets tough. Makes the time fly way faster than I wanted it to, or anybody does, but that's something we can't control either. So boy, we just got to make the best of it, have a good attitude, have good gratitude. Happiness comes in some really, can come in some small forms. I've found as I age too, I find happiness in much simpler things than I used to. I watch Rob, you know, I used to road race motorcycles, and I thought I was, what's the word? We've talked about it with the Isle of Man. You know, you have to feel almost to the point of your ego. Your ego has to make you feel as if you are, you can't die. What's that word? Unstoppable. Like there's nothing that can stop this. And when you see two Medflight helicopters at each end of the track, and you know, a purse of what, maybe $1,000 to $5,000 for that day at best, is it really worth it? I sure don't think so. At least looking back on it and all the money I spent, and if I wouldn't have spent all that insane money, I could have still raced, had a lot of fun, probably not spent as much money. And that's what Rob does. Rob's like a baller on a budget. He races like 3 different bikes in multiple classes, lives in his van on the weekend at the racetrack, and does a lot of budget friendly stuff in that regards. So yeah, that's spot on about time. Make a great subject for people to reflect on how they're spending it. Yeah, like just a good YouTube video topic, not necessarily even related to the channel, which I've got one of those videos coming out soon. That's why I've been a little bike silent. Is I'm making a video on my van and the amount of value it's provided me over the years. Ricky Johnson distracted me. He's live and I tried to stump him with some reporter questions. Nice. Yeah, it's getting pretty muggy. I think we have some record temperatures right now in Wisconsin. I'm gonna move the camera here and see what we got going on with this situation for today. I just hope I'm not stuck at the doctor all day with Junior. I mean, I know that sounds a bit harsh or lack of love, but trust me, there's no lack of love when I've given him weeks and numerous attempts to do this, and can only do so much, and that's where we're at. So oh, I dropped this light the other day. I don't think it's gonna work. A little better. Oh, it's not plugged in. Number 1 rule when something electrical doesn't work: make sure it has power. Jesus. Yeah, this was supposed to be you know, I worked for Nissan for 15 years, so I'm pretty proficient with Nissan, and their ways and what they do and how to be productive in a Nissan world. And this just snowballed and snowballed, and the torsion bars are all, it's for a kid that's a good kid and trying to, again, I'm trying to help somebody out, and yeah, it took forever. I basically left the torsion bar mount in and everything because you could see the transfer cases ratchet strapped up out of the way. I'm like, I couldn't get it out without taking out the torsion bars, and I wasn't going to touch those. So that was my option. So I ratchet strapped the T case up out of the way. My right pectoral feels like Arnold Schwarzenegger, but Rob helped me with that as well. So again, another W for Rob. And this, we're just gonna kind of sneak out of the way. Little transmission harness there. We can just get this guy out of here completely, huh? I say we make the transmission go bye-bye. Then we can stand right in there, get that rear main seal plate off, pull the oil pan out. There's a little surface rust on the oil pan. Should probably be replaced, but again, here we are. Where do you start? Where do you stop? The oil leak is right there. So why would you do this much work and not replace the pan? Well, because it's a ticking, the whole car is just a what if. So the oil pan is going to outlive the rest of the issues that are going to arise before it ever rusts out. How does that sound? That's how you build. Look at that casing. Man, these were a really, for the most part, a good transmission. I think fairly like similar to the 4L60s as far as like they were good until they weren't. They ran really good and did everything they were supposed to right up until the time they fail with no warning. Just done. I probably replaced 5 cooked transmissions for Nissan in 15 years. A couple motors for customer issue, lack of oil changes, water ingestion. Never a single head gasket, never once. This is Infinity, mind you, not Nissan. I'm sorry, maybe I should have said that it was Nissan or Infinity, because a little bit of a difference, not much back in those days, but a little bit of a difference. So oh, you're good, Dean. I use that all the time. It craps out weird words. Do you feel the understanding most riders had back in the day of their machines and their components is a lost advantage the new guys don't have? Yes, I feel that. I would take a die grinder and grind off the parting on the parting lip on my wheels. It was still a stock wheel, and they said they never said anything about altering them or lightening them up. I would hog out my rear rotor like Swiss cheese. I would do things that you could still probably do, or you could just buy lighter rotors now. Now they have wave stuff and all this. I guess it made me closer to the bike, made me feel a deeper connection. There's one of the open-ended examples. He was explaining with a hint of passion and gleam some of the things he thinks new riders need to work on. Yep, I would agree to that. That love thing, definitely, it's not enabling somebody and giving them a soft place to land. It usually stings. Yep, yes it does. Yes it does. God, I wish you guys could hear the birds outside. It's just dead silent now. Totally silent. Such a beautiful morning. Well, there's some big clouds rolling in over the hill there. Got the big thunder boomers rolling in. I don't know if it will or not. I don't think it's gonna thunderstorm, but as long as it doesn't blow trees over 4 feet from my house like last year. I'll try to put on a Argue Road sky cam. That's bright. Whew, going from the shop. I'm trying to switch cameras here, get a better camera without the bus and abandoned cars throughout the yard. I don't want those tree guys to think I'm filming them, so I'm gonna wait. Well, I'm gonna wait, and I'm gonna dip out here at about 10:30 because I can get the air guns and electric impacts and get this oil pan out and off and cleaned up before I go get my son and take him to the hospital and deal with that. I really was hoping to get this rear main seal done yesterday, but I misdiagnosed it. I mean, this thing leaks so much oil when it's running. Oh, the gimbal doesn't like that. What you're supposed to do? Why would you do that? Oh, I can't wait. My next purchase, if I can ever afford it, is going to be one of those DJI Pocket 360 little gimbal camera thingies and microphone, because I really like their microphones. Or something similar. Come out with a knockoff. Somebody. I'll probably buy it. Or wait another year and I'll find one in the dumpster, because it's just what you do. It's what I do. It's everything I can just find in the dumpster if I wait long enough. I don't manifest it. We're not into the manifesting of all that stuff, but I have thought about things, and then seriously, the next week it'll be there. Like, oh, my microphone. I was using a Rock Band microphone for a while, and really good audio on a Rock Band microphone, by the way. If you're ever in a pinch and you need a good microphone, I had really good compliments on it. But then I found a snowball looking one, or the ball with a filter and an adjustable stand. So, you know, I think about these things. So maybe now if I think about like a new gimbal or a DJI, maybe somebody will throw it out by accident. Dean's got medium rain. Sterling wheel had 60-mile-an-hour winds yesterday, ripping across Nevada. He has a couple shorts and it looks like a hurricane. Oh, I bet. I should show you all that tree. That I wonder if I can without showing too much junk. Nobody cares about junk, though. The one thing I've learned is to just, well, that's really bad there. That's really bad. My garbage has been outside, but, and I got to mow. But got bad winds. Bad wind. Oh, it did lose it. Hopefully it'll come back. I don't think I'd lose the stream though. Oh, it just diverted to a different camera, it looks like. Well, that's kind of cool and creepy at the same time. Oh, and I can use my new pressure washer. I got a really nice Kranzel German-made pressure washer. The guy said that there was a valve in the block on the high pressure portion. Here, I'll show y'all. I'm just so excited about it. Except I thought I threw the cover for it away. I got all this crap everywhere, and I threw the cover for it away because I thought I was just gonna use the electric motor for a different project. But then I got to thinking, you know what? I had a pressure washer a long time ago, and I just messed with one of the, like, there's a nut in this and a pressure set screw, and I just messed with it a little bit and it worked fine forever. And I think the gas engine failed on it. But anyway, here is my new pressure washer. I'm gonna just keep it on this same camera here. Looks like this is the one it reverted to. Yeah, there's the clouds rolling in way over there, coming in from the southwest. Yeah, check this baby out. Got its own reel that's like 100 feet long. It's insane how long the reel is. And then this high pressure, it's got oil in there, and like 3 pistons that move stuff in here. And he said that the company said that it would cost more to ship it here from Germany, this valve or whatever was bad in here, than the whole unit was worth. This unit's like he said he paid like $2 grand for it. So I just popped, there's a plastic cover on this knob, because this knob you can turn to adjust the pressure. And when you would run it, it would just go, it'd just go in and out. It wouldn't do anything, and then it wouldn't build any pressure. So I popped the plastic cap off, and I turned that nut. I turned that nut inside of there like a quarter turn, and it works perfect. Like major PSI, on, off, works great. The only thing missing is the cover that would cover all this up, but it's secure, nothing moves. And I just like it over gas because of the ease of use. You just plug it in and go. Let go of the wand trigger, it just shuts off. And don't get me wrong, I do like my gas one. It seems like a more reliable, steady pressure. But my favorite is this, I think I saw Dean using it the other day or something. Oh, sorry about that light. Wow. Wow. Horrible host right now. Cannot believe they threw this one away either. And I'll show you this real quick. I don't have the bucket on it right now, but it's like a little Ryobi cordless pressure washer with a bucket on it. And oh my gosh, how handy. Not the most PSFIs, but enough to do whatever mobile application you need a little pressure washer for. It works really good for that. So I don't know why it didn't switch back to the other camera. That's kind of a cool picture. The old Yamaha ticking time bomb Husky. Cool picture on the wall. The torque converter staring at us. What a neat unit. That is probably one of the most untalked about inventions that has changed how people drive cars and what can be done with hydraulics. That torque converter is just the coolest deal in the world, and not overly complicated at all. But yet, let's take a steel belt, put it against some pulleys, and call it a CVT and throw it in a car. That'll work out real good. Oh, cool. Glad that the music sounds good, Dean. Thank you. Some of it I made with AI and some of it's from Epidemic. All copyright good to go. So don't have to worry about that. But thank you. A lot of this instrumental stuff I made all on Suno. Thanks for hanging in there and sticking with me. I said I was going to go at 10:30, but I was just going to show. Oh, I was going to change my cameras so I could show what I've got a CVT basically right in front of me. There we go. Take this off. Yeah, so the torque converter in an automatic transmission worked so good for so long. And then here we kind of have the, you know, a CVT in a sense. And we're using a rubber belt, and it's a much different, but same in theory-ish. I don't know. I really just like a manual or good old 4 or 5 speed with overdrive transmission. There's no reason for these 10 speeds in that. It's all for emissions, and I don't think it really, at the end of the day, I don't know. I'm not a fan of multi-speed transmissions, but that's just me after 20 years of being beaten by the industry and seeing all the mistakes they've made and what's worked and what hasn't. And growing up with a father who was a mechanic in the 80s and 90s kind of gave me a little insight into that era, as well as his interest in older cars. So I got a taste in that as well. So I'm going to go. I wish you all a great morning. Thank you, Dean. Go Fast, Dying Breed Media. Anyone else who has joined in that I've missed, wish you all well. Have a great day. Thank you for checking in. And I'll maybe do a live tonight. I was going to do one last night and it just got too late. And I thought, you know what? Let's just do one in the morning. So kind of worked out. Have a great day, everyone.